Hello team, happy Monday. Hopefully you've had a good weekend. Hopefully you are feeling good and ready to get into the week. Today we're going to talk about why you need to go the fuck to sleep and why sleep is important. But you know what? I'm not going to be talking about the same old thing that, sleep's important because you're going to have more energy, because you're going to feel better, because it's going to be good for your health. I'm going to talk about some underrated tips that you can do to improve your sleep. It's going to make life a lot better for you, okay? So this shit you probably haven't heard before. It's actually just my personality thrown into it and looking up some fun stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's got to be fun. It's the same thing as like when you're told to eat your vegetables. Eat your vegetables because you're healthy for you. Well, before any dickhead who started telling you that vegetables are bad for you, the broccoli, the lectins and all that bullshit, there was actually some common sense out there where people knew that they should just eat their veggies because it's healthy for you, right? But in this day and age, there are also idiots who are telling you they're not healthy for you. So for those of you with any common sense, you know that veggies are healthy for you, but you still don't eat them for the most part, even though you know you should. So I'm not going to tell you the thing you need to know about you need to sleep more, because you know that. So instead, I'm going to tell you about little strategies you can use to improve your sleep that doesn't include simple things, right? Like the basic shit that people talk about. Okay? Now, before we get into this, if you haven't yet, do me a solid. I just need you to do me one quick favor. You don't even have to pause the podcast. You can actually do it while you're listening. Open up the app you're using, whether it be Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I'm pretty sure they're the only two that you guys use. And please give this a quick review. Click on the 5-star, give it a review. The only reason I need you to help me do this is because I need to reach more people. I need to give out this information for free to other people. And I need to make people laugh. And I need your help to do it. Okay? I'm always happy to provide the free advice, and all I ask from you in return is to please give it a share and give it a 5-star. That's all I ask. So do it while you're listening, please. Okay, so getting into today's subject about sleep, like I said, I can tell you about all the benefits sleep has, okay, which you know about. It stops your food cravings. It stops you from losing muscle. It makes you feel better. It makes your brain function. Funnily enough, people still are surprised when I tell them, especially about the appetite side of things. Like, I've been hungry all day. I've been snacking. And my first question is, what's your sleep like? Oh, well, it's been shit lately. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why you're snacking. You get better sleep, you have less cravings. Why? Because when you're sleep deprived, the body needs energy, okay? Like when you sleep, you reduce the amount of adenosine that is built up in your brain. Adenosine makes you sleepy. Caffeine has the same key that fits in the lock as adenosine does. So when you have caffeine, it blocks adenosine from binding to the receptor in your brain, right? However, the less you sleep, the more adenosine builds up, and that's why you get tired earlier. So while you're feeling tired, the body is looking for immediate energy, and it will go for quick sources of carbohydrates, high calorie foods, high fat foods, anything it can get its hands on, so you can actually get a little energy hit, which is why you're going to have cravings when you're tired. And when you get sleep well, your body doesn't need all this little bit of energy, all these little bits of energy, is because you're getting them from good quality sleep. Okay, so that's one way to manage your cravings. But what I want to talk to you about today is how you can improve your sleep with simple strategies. The first thing I'm going to tell you about is something that's going to cause violence, and that is cutting out your caffeine intake after 12 p.m. Okay? Why after 12 p.m.? Because caffeine has a certain amount of time it takes to break down in your body. Okay, right? We know the half-life of caffeine is basically 6 to 10 hours. That is the half-life of caffeine. So what I mean by this is if you have one shot of coffee, let's just say is about 80 milligrams. If you're getting a large skim cap, or that's just what I get. If you're getting a large cappuccino or a large anything, it's at least 2 shots, okay? If you're having a pre-workout scoop, it's at least 100 plus milligrams, right? You'll look on the label and it'll tell you what the milligrams are. So half-life, let's say 8 hours later, so you have your caffeine intake at 12 p.m., 8 hours later, half of that is in your bloodstream, still. Half of, let's say, 200 milligrams on average, maybe 300 milligrams, is still 150 milligrams. So if you're having 150 milligrams, you still have the equivalent of 2 shots of coffee in your bloodstream at 8 p.m. That's going to fuck with your sleep, okay? If you're having 1 shot of coffee, 8 hours later, you're still going to have 35 milligrams, which isn't a huge amount, but it's still some type of caffeine. So the earlier you can cut your caffeine out, the better. which is why I say don't have it after midday. Now, there are people who are fast metabolizers of caffeine and slow metabolizers of caffeine, and you pretty much will know which one you are. Funnily enough, I'm a slow metabolizer of caffeine, and my dad is an extremely fast metabolizer of caffeine. My dad is someone who can have a coffee and literally be like, I'm going to have a coffee and go to bed, which I'm like, what in the fuck? Do not recommend doing that either. Typical older person mindset, does what he wants to do and won't listen to me. He goes, I still sleep all right. You're not getting the quality sleep if you're having that much caffeine, and you'll be able to see the disturbances in your sleep. For those of you that track your sleep on a watch or any fitness device, it's not 100% accurate, but you can get some good readings from it. And what you'll notice is when you cut caffeine out, you will sleep better. 100% fucking guaranteed. So we're not crazy though. We're not going to be cutting caffeine out because that is crazy talk, and I'm not here to talk crazy. I'm here to talk fucking sense to you guys. So all I want you to do is start cutting your caffeine out by 12 p.m. Ideally, the earlier the better. For me, it's 10 a.m. All right. I will have my first shot of coffee within an hour of waking up. So usually I wake up about 5:30, have a shot of coffee, have 2 shots of coffee at 6:30, and then 2 shots of coffee at about 8:30. 8:30, 9 o'clock. If it's a little bit later, I'll have it later, whatever it's going to be. But usually the cutoff is by about 10, 10:30. That way, I've given myself 12 hours, because I'm going to bed at about 9:30, 10 now. I know, crazy, me going to bed at 9:30, 10. I'll message people now in the evening, and they're like, what are you still doing awake? And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? It's because I'm doing Muay Thai. And that goes from 6:30 till 7:30. So by the time I get home, it's 8 o'clock. I then have to eat dinner. I have to have a shower. I have to take some time to cool down. And then it's like 9:45, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's so funny because I'm in such an old man routine. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to bed at like 10 o'clock. But because of that, I just make sure I have my caffeine like 12 hours before I go to bed. I think that's a good little rule, to be honest. 10 to 12 hours before bed would be ideal. So cut your coffee intake and any caffeine intake out after 12 p.m. Don't forget, sugar-free soft drinks can also contain caffeine. I would recommend if you're going to go for a sugar-free soft drink, get Solo Zero Sugar or Sprite Zero Sugar. Does Fanta do Zero Sugar? Is Fanta still a thing? I feel like I haven't seen Fanta in a while. What else is there? Fanta Zero Sugar. Ginger beer, zero sugar cordial. Most of those things have no caffeine in them, but Pepsi, no sugar, has caffeine, unless you choose the Pepsi no caffeine one. Good idea. Or you choose the Coke Zero no caffeine one is also a good idea if you want to have those in the evening, later afternoon. But if you're just having a normal no sugar, you're still going to get a little bit of caffeine in there. But in saying that too, I don't want you freaking out. I don't want you thinking about, oh, well, fuck, Tyson said no caffeine after 12, and I'm having this one glass of Coke Zero at dinner time because I need to have something, and this has got 12 milligrams of caffeine. It's going to ruin my sleep. It's like, look, let's look at this here. If you've had a fucking pre-workout that had 300 to 500 milligrams in it, and you're stressing about 30 milligrams, that's a huge difference. Okay, we're trying to get the good enough goal here, and the good enough goal for you is to try and cut your caffeine and keep it as low as possible away from bedtime. And people are like, oh, well, I need caffeine to have energy. I need to feel good during the day. I get it. I need caffeine too. But guess what? It's a fucking vicious cycle that you need to break. You go to sleep late because you have shitty sleep habits. You over-caffeinate during the day because you're tired, which then causes you to have shitty sleep habits, which then causes you to wake up and feel tired, and then over-caffeinate, and you go on this fucking cycle again and again. So break the cycle. Stop drinking so much fucking caffeine. And you know what that means? You're probably going to have 2 real shit days of energy, maybe 3 days, until your body adjusts. But guess what? You're going to fall asleep. You're going to stay asleep longer. You're going to wake up. When you actually feel awake after a good night's sleep, you're like, I'll conquer the fucking world. I'm good to go. Like, there have been days where I've had such good sleep where I forget to have coffee because I feel good, And for me, I just know straight up, if there's coffee after 12 p.m., I'm like, I've just fucked myself for the day. Not even placebo myself. I know 100% I am not going to be able to sleep as well. So trust me, cutting back your caffeine intake timing before midday, reducing your caffeine intake overall would be ideal, is going to help you sleep. It's going to help you sleep way better. All right. Tip number 2, sleep mode on your phone. I don't know if Android does this. I know iPhones do this, and I love it. There is you can select your modes, I guess you would say. There's like personal mode. Pardon personal mode, work mode, sleep mode, do not disturb mode, that type of stuff. Go to the sleep bit and decide to change your home screen when it comes to the sleep time, and that will cut out all your bullshit apps. It'll get you off Instagram, it'll get you off Facebook, it'll get you off fucking TikTok. It'll basically get you out of doom scrolling, because all you do is you go, okay, I'm just gonna get on my phone for about 10 minutes before I go to bed. Oh, look at that, it's an hour and a half later and I'm just fucking getting sucked into the feed, still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling. You know how I know? Because I do the same shit, which is why I put sleep mode on. What sleep mode does is it cuts me out of my apps. It changes my home screen, so my apps are no longer there, and all I have on it is Backgammon, Sudoku, Audible, Kindle. That's all I've got. And if I want to search the app, I can search the app and click on it and then click turn off timer and then get into Instagram. But that's more hassle. It's more about like having that just kind of break in the habit where it changes on your phone. Because like once it changes on your phone and it kind of clicks you out for a second, all you need is that split second break to be able to stop yourself from going back into it or to be still stuck in it. Like all you need is to be pulled out of that little zone for a second and you're going to be good. You're going to be like, all right, look, it is time for bed. So use that on your iPhone, okay? It takes like fucking 4 minutes to set up, right? And if you're someone who complains about fucking having shitty sleep and you keep doing this stuff and you're not going to take this advice, then just turn the podcast off. I'm not going to be here to meander to you who always says, yeah, I want to do this better, but you don't do anything about it. You know what it's called? Hopelessness. Because you're not going to be fucking motivated to do anything if you can't even fucking put an app on your phone. An app that's already installed. All you have to do is click some buttons to set it up. If you're not even going to fucking do that, then don't even bother listening to the rest of this podcast. Because you don't actually give a shit about your sleep. You don't really care. Right? Yeah, I do. Well, then fucking do it. Like, as I'm talking to you, you can pull this up right now. If you're sitting around, open up your phone. I'm pretty sure you swipe down on the right-hand side, right corner of your iPhone. I'm trying to close my eyes and picture this right now. Swipe on the right-hand side of your right iPhone. It'll say what mode you're in. Click on that. Click on the little bed. Click on set it up. All right? Done. Set that shit up. Exit all the apps. Change the home screen so there's no temptation to get in there. Again, breaking a habit or breaking that momentum of being on an app, just being able to have it exit for you really quickly, that means you have to log back into it, can be that decision maker that you needed in order to get to sleep earlier. All right. And here's another thing. Put this on 15 minutes before you go to bed. My recommendation was actually going to say put this on half an hour before you're going to go to bed, but half an hour is enough time for you to be like, oh, I've still got half an hour, and you're going to fucking click on out of it again and get back into the app. So give it 15 minutes. Because 15 minutes is probably a lot easier for you to adjust versus half an hour. Do it. If you haven't done it, do it right now. I'm telling you, this will be a game changer in itself. Okay? This goes on to the third side of things. Now you have free time that it's kicked out, that you've been kicked out for. You got 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, whatever you're going to do. What do you do with that free time now? Well, you got two different options here that I've written down. More than two, but this is just an idea. Number one, have sex or rub one out. Okay? There's not a lot of conclusive evidence showing sex or orgasm in itself leads to better sleep, but the underlying chemicals that are released after you have sex or after you climax, basically, it relaxes you, as you would know. I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but sometimes you just get angry, you need to fucking pop one off, and you're good to go again. You're feeling happy, you're sweet, because it releases a lot of chemicals. So the same thing, if you need to have sleep, if you got a partner, now's the time to go and have a good night of enjoyment, Again, you got 15 minutes. If you're going to last longer than 15 minutes, fucking great to you, but 15 minutes is a good time, Or again, for yourself, plenty of time. So 15 minutes to rub one out or have sex is going to lead to a better sleep for you. Because you know how you feel afterwards. You're like, oh, I'm relaxed, I'm tired, like, not tired, but I'm like, I'm just going to lay here and chill. You'd probably fucking fall straight asleep. If you don't want to do that, escape reality. Escape reality by reading a book. I've talked to you about this before. Read a book. You got to find something that's interesting to you. For me, trying to find something that's interesting that I want to read before bed has been a pain in the ass. But when I find stuff that I enjoy, it's been easier to read because I'm actually excited to read it, I try to get back into Harry Potter and I'm like, why don't I want to read this? No, sorry, not Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. I'm like, why don't I want to read this? I really like it. Pardon me, I need more sleep. I was like, why don't I want to get into this? I really enjoy it. And the reason was because it's a physical book and I have to keep the light on, okay? When I read a book on my Kindle and the lights are off, I'm way more likely to fall asleep. If the lights are on, I'm just kind of awake. So I was like, so now I've got books on my Kindle, which changed it, number one. Number two, I just found like a new series called Red Rising, fucking awesome series, by the way, that really captivated me. So I want to read that when I go to bed, and that's Escape from Reality, okay? You can listen to an audiobook, same type of thing. Find something that might captivate your imagination or your sense of thought. Capture your imagination, or just be able to take your mind off reality, I should say. That's going to help you, stay focused on something else apart from life. Play a game, like I said, Sudoku and backgammon are two ones that I enjoy. Angie does paint by numbers on her phone. You could journal. Crazy. You could write about your day, you could write some affirmations, you could write some goals you want to achieve, you could just think about life, you could think about the next day, you could brain dump, which I really enjoy too. So brain dumping is basically, if you're someone who struggles to fall asleep, writing down everything on your mind on a piece of paper, because your brain is not there. You need to free up the RAM in your brain, and your brain is not there to store every single thing on your brain. That doesn't make sense. Your brain cannot store everything at once, okay? It's going to slow down. You're going to be accessing too many things at once, too many tabs open, music playing, you don't know where it's coming from. So write down everything that's on your brain, because sometimes we have like these repeating thought loops that go in our head, and we keep thinking about the same thing again and again. And all you need to do is write that out on a piece of paper. Is it something you've got to take action with? Maybe you write one action step, like tomorrow I've got to call this person, or call this person next Thursday, or think more about this tomorrow when I've got to make a decision on this. Because otherwise it's going to keep going around in your head and nothing's going to change. So what you want to do instead is think about writing all that stuff out on a piece of paper. If it needs an action step, write an action step next to it, because sometimes we just need that one thing, like a one action decision, in order to make life a lot easier for you to keep moving forwards and to also fall asleep. Otherwise, it's going to be on that repeated loop again and again and again, and it's very hard to get out of your head. I'm sure you've all been there before, just like stuck on a repeat loop, and you go from one thought to another, and you're like, fuck, I just want to go to sleep. Brain dumping works for that, okay? Now again, like it was that simple. Those simple things that are going to make a huge difference on your sleep, and is going to help improve your quality of sleep, is going to help you feel more energized, and it's just actually going to make you take some action steps to improve it that you probably haven't heard before. Again, it's like, hey, get 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep. It's not rocket science. Yet we don't do it. Why? Because usually we don't have action steps we need to do to follow in order to do it. So I've just laid it out there for you. All right. Reduce your caffeine intake. Stop drinking caffeine after 12 o'clock. Pay attention to what you're also eating after 12 o'clock and see if anything does have caffeine in it. If you're having dark chocolate and stuff at nighttime, that's got caffeine in it, by the way. So stuff like that could be causing you to stay awake. Apart from caffeine reduction and timing, make sure you put sleep mode on your phone. If you haven't done it yet, for fuck's sake, just do it. This is not for, this is a little bit of entertainment, but it's more for like education and putting things into place, If I could, I would grab your fucking phone off you and do it for you. Swipe down, set it up. If you do it on Android, I don't know how. If you figure it out, send me a message on Instagram and I'll tell people how to do it. All right? Number 3, orgasm. That's all I'm going to say. Fucking orgasm. And number 4 is escape reality. All right? 4 simple things you can do to help majorly improve your sleep. It's going to benefit you so much, and I want to find out which ones work for you. So, hey guys, if you found this helpful, as always, do make sure you give this a share too. Give me a tag on Instagram. I love knowing that you guys listen to the podcast. If it was helpful, I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I'll speak to you guys then.